Studio executives at Warner Brothers, I command more screen time for my sequel, or I quit. Sure thing, Mr. Godzilla, sir. We're so sorry we made mistakes with your first movie, but we'll make up for that. So whatever you say, you're the king. Godzilla, King of the Monsters, this time not directed by Gareth Edwards, thank God, but by Michael Doughtery, and is the sequel to the 2014 Gareth Edwards Godzilla, as well as the third installment in the Warner Brothers Monster Cinematic Universe slash franchise. So, Godzilla, King of the Monsters tells the story taking place after the events of its predecessor, where Godzilla swam into... Taking place after the events of its predecessor, when Godzilla himself took to the ocean after defeating the Mutos in San Francisco, and this group of people known as the cryptic zoological monarch are protecting the human race itself from the Titans, including Mothra, Rohan, and Godzilla's greatest enemy, King Ghidorah. And Godzilla himself is doing nothing but kicking their asses throughout this movie to show he is the king. This is the first Warner Brothers Monster Cinematic Universe movie since 2017's Kong Skull Island, which, similar to Godzilla 2014, was a forgettable bore fest. Brie Larson, Captain Marvel herself, was one of the positives of that movie. We all know Warner Brothers is building up to their Godzilla vs. King Kong movie, which we shall get sooner or later. And overall, the build-up to that movie has has fallen flat, but thankfully, after King of the Monsters, that has kind of changed, sort of. I'm not saying Godzilla King of the Monsters is a great movie, far from it, but at least, unlike its predecessor, this is a action-packed Godzilla movie that gives you entertainment. I thankfully wasn't bored by this one, unlike Gareth Edwards' Godzilla. This movie gives you more of what you want in a Godzilla movie. So let's get to my positives. Thank God that Gareth Edwards wasn't involved this time. Michael Doughtery totally gets Godzilla better, as he gives Godzilla 10 times more screen time, and the monsters 10 times more screen time, and the monster fights 20 times more screen time than Gareth Edwards' Godzilla, which just saved its Godzilla and Muto battle until the climax. But yeah, and it's awesome to see all the classic Godzilla monsters from the classic movies in the Godzilla franchise on screen again, from Mothra, the huge moth, and also Rohan, and the best of the bunch being King Ghidorah, the epic three-headed dragon. That dude is so gigantic that he would make Godzilla shit himself, and whenever Godzilla does throw down with these monsters, it is so freaking awesome, and the cinematography in the fights and the scale, and it is so freaking awesome. It is so freaking awesome from the cinematography. It is so freaking awesome, and the cinematography and the visuals and the art design of this movie, they worked their freaking butts off to bring these fights to life, and this movie deserves a Best Visual Effects and Best Art Direction nomination, because man, did the production team do their research in order to get that classic Godzilla feel that was solely lacking in the 2014 Godzilla. And how come this movie is getting more negative reviews than its predecessor? I'm like, that 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, come on, critics, it isn't supposed to be the most complicated or artsy movie. You're supposed to have fun with a Godzilla movie, and that's exactly what this movie delivers on, the fun value. And first they complain about there being a lack of screen time for Godzilla in the 2014 movie, and now they're complaining there's too much Godzilla. So make up your mind, people. I'd take more Godzilla over less Godzilla any day, or what about you? Thankfully this time it's more Godzilla based and more monster fights based, which is what we want. And even Michael Doughter's direction is stronger than Gareth Edwards, and some of the human characters I thought are certainly better and more compelling than the 2014 human characters in Godzilla, particularly Billy Bobby Brown and Vera Farmiga. I have sadly yet to see as Stranger Things, but after seeing her here, that's encouraged me to give Stranger Things a shot, because yeah, Billy Bobby Brown, her character is so her character's so courageous, and she is one of the most talented young actors I have ever seen, and Vera Farmiga, she is just amazing in everything she's in. And I love that there's more female characters in the human cast this time, because there were a lack of strong female characters in the 2014 Godzilla, so this movie has a better gender equality. And now let's get to the problems of King of the Monsters. The plot is literally the cliches and savour the world from monsters plots we have seen in a monster movie countless occasions before. The only saving graces of the plots being the monster fights and some moments with Billy Bobby Brown and Vera Farmiga. And some of the human characters still get too much screen time, and some of their storylines don't even have anything to do with the Godzilla battling the Titans plotline. Like, there's this one father who's attempting to make amends with his family, and I'm like, you couldn't give a shit about that plotline. You just want to cut back to Godzilla whooping King Ghidorah's ass, and some of the dialogue in the human scenes can be cheesy, and some of the human characters do make the dumbest decisions, period, that would get them killed, just like the kind of dumb decision that a video game player would make when playing a video game. But still, this is a superior movie to the 2014 Godzilla, as at least Warner Brothers learnt from where they went wrong with the 2014 Godzilla, and they made up for that in this movie by giving us what we requested. They at least stepped up their game with both Godzilla and the monster fights, so that's enough for me to at least call this movie decent at best. And honestly, I don't think a Godzilla 3 or a Kong Skull Island 2 is necessary, Warner Brothers, just to get to the Kong vs. Godzilla movie already. We've had plenty of build-up. I give Godzilla King of the Monsters 3 stars out of 5. Good movie. I finally have just a little more optimism for the King Kong vs. Godzilla movie after seeing King of the Monsters. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what do you think of Godzilla, King of the Monsters? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you next time. Stay tuned for my upcoming June reviews for Secret Life of Pets 2, Rocket Man and Dark Phoenix. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.